So pretty much everybody who joins now will be lost as to what I'm talking about. It's okay. That'll teach them to get on here live. Okay, so I'm going to start with the non-Christmas news. The first news, by the way, the Christmas news is going to apply to everybody that's within my reach. You guys understand? If you fall under my umbrella in any way, this is going to apply to you, so don't worry, okay? Also, what I'm about to explain also falls under my umbrella here. So I created a group today for sharing testimonies. It's a completely separate group from all my team pages. It's called, and I will share the link, it's called Transformation Testimonies. And of course, it has butterflies on it. And of course, the cover photo says, I stole this from one of my breakthrough girls. I say I stole it. She sent this to me, and I said, I'm totally going to use that for things. It shows a caterpillar, kind of like a pencil drawing, colored pencil drawing of a caterpillar, a cocoon, and a butterfly. And the words say, give yourself time, which I love, in every single way that you can possibly imagine that, what it means. No matter what season of life you're in, give yourself time. And I really love it in application to our products, and I really love it in application to what our business model means to us. Give yourself time. I mean, I'm all about momentum at any given time. I love for someone to create some momentum and get things going. That's why we do these accountability groups, so that you can create some momentum, but also give yourself grace, give yourself time. So I created this testimony group today. I don't know why it took me 6 years to decide I wanted to do this, because of all the teams in Plexus, our testimonies rock the socks off of most other teams. And so I would love to have a place where you can add someone. Now, here's the thing. Ideally, it would be a great place to add someone temporarily. Add a prospect to it and say, here's what I've been trying to tell you about, so that I can show you all these people's stories without having to post these stories on my wall. Because in case you haven't wondered, or noticed, in case you have wondered, and in case you have noticed, Facebook's algorithms are funky, and you don't know who's seeing what. So it basically, if you are very salesy, Facebook is going to show your stuff to less people. And so I'm trying to rescue some of us here so that we can still be our same normal, branding is a big thing for me. I'm all about, I'm going to pause here. I'm going to hit the pause button right here and say, I get things in the mail on a regular basis, which, by the way, mail is my favorite thing. You can ask my husband. At 5:30, an internal alarm goes off. Like, I don't need a clock. I know it's time. Has anyone checked the mail? For some reason, I get this crazy buzz off of getting mail. Not bills. Those go to my husband's desk. I don't take care of that. I don't care anything about that. Never have. And I can promise you, never will. I don't like that. But I love little stuff. And so anyway, I'm always ordering things. And sometimes people send me things. And I love opening a package. There's something so Christmas morning about it. And so anyway, why did I start talking about this? Okay, so I promise, I love getting things in the mail. And the reason I started talking about this will come to me in a second. Do you remember why I started talking about this? No, okay. What? Is it? He says, that's your rabbit trail. I'll circle back around in a second. Okay. So getting stuff in the mail is one of my very favorite things. Probably if I get to the end of the story, it'll actually make sense. When people tell me testimonies in their, like when they send me something, it's like my favorite thing. And so I would love to have a place where everything falls. All the people's stories can fall in one spot. I would love to have a place that we can add people to it and that it not become a bogged down, too many notifications, people don't want to be a part of it group. So when I created it with says give yourself time, and also in the actual profile portion of the group, it says, it has a picture of Plexus Slim, and it basically says, tell me your stories that are specific to this product. And then tell me your stories that are specific to ProBio and BioClin. And then there's a triplex one. So if you don't know, if you're like, I don't know, mine's more of a triplex story, then you would put it in the triplex. But the thing is, not to have people in there, first of all, never add someone without asking them first. People don't want to be in group. I'm in so many leggings groups right now that I want to shoot people who sell leggings. And I don't even know who they are. Like, I don't even know the people who are selling these things to me. And they put me in their groups unbeknownst. And it says so-and-so's trunk show. And I'm like, who is this? And I don't care. You don't want to be that person to anybody else. When you see a need that needs to be filled, you tell the person, here's the thing. I have a group that's going to blow your mind with all these amazing stories. And the way we're going to blow people's mind is we're going to have to tell our stories. We're going to have to fill the blanks in, right? It's not going to be a group for anything else. It's going to be stories, tagging people in stories. After you feel like they've graduated from that group, let's get them out of the group. Unless they want to stay in there. You know, if they're enjoying the group and they enjoy reading the stories, that's whatever. That's great. But you don't want people to be annoyed. The last thing you want to do on social media is to be annoying to people, right? Okay, so going back to what I was saying about social media and all the salesy posts and all this stuff. Don't you think it would be great if you could just reach out to someone who has talked about their migraines on Facebook and say, look, I have this great resource page. I'm not going to give you some crazy sales pitch. I just want you to read. Can I tag you in like 2 or 3 posts that I think would be worth your time? You don't have to say anything other than that. Would you guys like a resource like that? Okay, me too. Now, we have some of the most powerful testimonies in the entire company, and that's because so many of us have been on ProBio 5 for 5 and 6 years. I mean, amazing. Where it's like all these, it's kind of like the triplex has these testimonies that people can't believe. But if they're power in numbers, you know, it's like it's hard to believe just one person because you cancel out all the possibilities because you think that could have been a number of things that caused that. Maybe they changed their diet, maybe they changed a million things, right? But when you have a multitude of people saying the same thing, will you guys pledge to me to help keep this from being a group that I wish that I didn't create? I will make the group where only admins can post, but other people can comment. That way I control the narrative. Basically, this is what we're talking about. If you want to talk about it in the comments. That way you don't have some random numbskull that belongs to someone else who didn't get invited in there like they didn't know they were getting stuck in there saying things like, I read this blog and this is what it said about Plexus. Nobody wants that, right? So I hope you guys understand my heart when I say that I'm going to be so strict in that group that nobody's people are going to come out like with deer in the headlight look, okay? So don't be mad at me for being strict, okay? We want all the people's testimonies without all your people's weirdness. You guys get what I'm saying? I don't want somebody's one weird person getting there and trying to control the narrative of my group that I'm the boss of. Okay? I don't care much about being the boss about anything. You can ask my husband, like, I don't even care where we eat dinner. I don't care what movie we go see. But these types of things, these are near and dear to my heart, and I'm not going to let one nut job ruin it for everybody. So that's that. That's the first announcement. The group, I will post the link. It is closed. It's not secret. That means you don't have to like have a lock and a key to get in it, but you do have to have the link And I before I release the link to everyone, I need to go in there, and I think I need to make it where it's admin approval for people to get in. Maybe not. I'm going to decide about that. That makes me crazy because I don't want people stacking up trying to get in the group. But if you guys will try to help me get people in, once they're in there for a while, pull them out, because you've either made a customer of them or an ambassador of them or not. And at that point, you add them to like a gut health group or some other group that makes more sense for them at that time. Now, if they become an ambassador, they can stay in there because they're going to need that page as a resource. I would love to set a tone within our team that looks like this. Well, the first thing she did was add me to this group with all these people telling their stories. Then the next thing she did was, well, I joined and got my stuff, and then I added people to this group where people told their stories, because that's what people think we do. Does that help everyone? Okay. I would love for it to be that simple. And it is. The stories sell. The truth behind Plexus products sells. So you can't have that many people that you've paid off to tell a lie. There's power in numbers of powerful stories. So there's that. I think this is going to be a group that wears a cape. It's going to be a superhero group. You know what I'm saying? Another thing, right before I went live, I tried to screen capture it, and I missed it. But I was about to go live in the Deary group to pray for Judah, and I typed out, the name of my video. You title it, give it a caption, and I was about to hit live, and right before I did, Heather Grenier sends me a message, and it goes like it comes down. And while it was down, I read it, and I was like, "Oh, capture that!" And I want to read. All it said was one thing, and I was like, "This is so perfect for what she didn't know what I was about to do. She didn't know I was about to go live over my sweet Judah." Maybe she texted me. I was like, "It's not there." Oh, she texted me. But either way, it fell down, right? And this is what it said right before I went live for Judah. I feel so very strongly in my spirit that November is ripe with miracles. And that's what that baby needs. He needs a miracle. I loved that. And I love that, we all get to experience November, right? November being ripe with miracles. She didn't know that I was about to go live for Judah. She had no idea. I had this overwhelming, like, oh my gosh, because I was about to go in there and pray over this baby who needs a miracle. I loved that. I didn't even get to tell that because I read it and it went away before I could screen capture it. I couldn't remember word for word what it said, but I just told you guys, and now you know. Okay, next, Christmas. So I was able to message. This applies to all my people and my people, okay? Okay, so I reached out to my leaders today, and this is a group collaboration. This is one of those things where it's like everybody is super excited for what we're about to do. We did something like this last year, and we're going to do a little bit of a variation. You try something and you're like, oh, what would have made that better was this. So we want to do, I'm going to see if I can find exactly what I wrote, because I'm going to pull this exact wording into my groups. One second. When you're in too many group messages and you don't remember, okay, here it is. This is what I said. This is going to be a My Favorite Things party, sponsored by Your Jewels. Now that means that I'm going to figure out what's my very favorite thing or things, and I'm going to give them away that night. We're going to do a party. Okay, I don't know if we can be Oprah worthy, because we're not going to give away a car. But that's why I wanted to do that Mariah Carey music, that jingling. Okay. This is what I feel in my spirit about this party. It's going to be super exciting. It's an end of the year way to give back to our teams in a fun way. And I'm like, when I came up with the idea to do it again, I was like, oh, everybody's going to love this. And the jewels that are getting involved with this, that are within the umbrella of our team, they're super excited about it. They're like, yes, this sounds so much fun. Like, we're all super excited about it, okay? So the qualifications to be put in the group that gets to experience this Christmas party. By the way, did you ever take part in school of some, like, if this class does this, they get to have a pizza party, you know? Okay. You want to be the class that gets the pizza party, right? You're like, dang it, I'll be doing math while they're eating pizza. Well, you don't want to be doing math. You want to be eating pizza, right? And so I want you guys, here are the qualifications. Once you hit this qualification, you get to be put into the group, pizza party group, that will experience this Favorite Things party. The dates are, the qualification starts November 10th. So 2 days from now. And what? Yeah. Okay. And goes until December 10th. So you have a full month to qualify. And the qualification, the actual party will be on the 13th. And it will be a Zoom party. It'll be kind of like this. And all the leaders on our team will be taking turns showing you what we're giving away that night. And it will be jam-packed with prizes. Let me just say this. There will be some extraordinary prizes. There will be some fill-in-the-gap fun prizes. But we're going to give away a lot of fun things that night. And how you qualify to be in this group is you must sponsor a new ambassador with welcome pack and subscription turned on. That's how you get in the party. No? You don't? People are telling me, oh, I'm frozen. They're telling me I'm frozen. Am I still frozen?
Say it again.
Oh no, you've already said it. Sorry.
Sorry. I already said it.
You didn't hear. I'm sorry.
Okay, I have to first tell you what I just experienced. I said the qualification, and like a multitude of heads started shaking no. And I'm like, yes, it is. What did I say? Yes, it is. Here it is. Oh my gosh. You must ride an elephant. No. No wonder they were shaking their heads. You must sponsor one new ambassador with a welcome pack and subscription on. But you get your name put in the drawings more than once if you sponsor more than one. So for every new ambassador with welcome pack and qualification on, subscription on, you get your name put in drawings more than once. Now, here's the thing. My husband has agreed, Lord bless his soul, to run a randomizer that night. So I told him earlier, I said, this is going to be like whammy, 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 stop. He's going to run a randomizer the night of the party as we give away the prizes. So someone will come on and tell you, this is what I'm giving away. This is why I love it. And then Jetty will do the randomizer. So everyone that's in the group will have their name in the randomizer however many times you qualified to be in the group, or however many ambassadors that you've sponsored, so on and so forth, okay? Let me see if there's anything else. Oh yeah, and he also said he thought of this idea. I thought this is going to be so fun. Like, all the jewels are super stoked. The ones that have answered me back and seen it today, me asking, can we do this? Can we do this? Vanna. They're calling you Vanna.
Yeah.
His eyebrows. My husband doesn't know that he has the most expressive eyebrows on the planet, aside from like Tom Selleck, like Magnum PI. He goes, yeah, but his eyebrows do a really, yeah. Okay, yes. Yes, the answer, anybody that falls under my umbrella is eligible for this, okay? Okay. Now, he had another idea because I have a prize closet that would astound most people. I love junk. I love mail. I mean, I love to get stuff in the mail, and then I'm like, who am I going to give this to? Like, you wouldn't believe it. It's bad. Anyway, so at Christmas time is when I love it the most. I love to give things away, and I'm sure some of the other jewels probably have a similar issue to mine. And we're going to have all kinds of goodies that are not necessarily that fall within the Oprah favorite things category. But that way everybody will have like multiple chances to win something fun, okay? Because he said he's going to do a randomizer and he's going to put all of our names, whoever qualifies, put all the names in there, however many times you qualify, but also he's going to put like goofy, oh, this is my internet connection is unstable.
You're unstable.
Can you still hear me? Okay.
So moving
He just said I was unstable.
on. You're agreeing with me.
Okay. Okay. He's also going to put other funny names in there, or like rotten eggs, or like, what was that? Goose egg. That's what he said. Goose egg, or Buddy the Elf, or stuff like that. So that when one of those crazy names are drawn, we'll give you the prize that was just described, plus an additional, something from my prize closet. Is everybody understanding how this will work? Like just something, this is going to be super fun. So from Friday the 10th of November until the 10th of December, you have a chance to make it into the group. There will be a Zoom link. See, I won't be doing a regular Zoom that night. It will be just a My Favorite Things party, because that will fall on a Wednesday. And it won't be just my party. This is all of our jewels, all of our leaders. This is everybody. Like, I'm giving you the scoop tonight because I wanted to. I was so excited. I was like, I can't wait. But everybody's joining in on this. And so as you qualify, I want you to send the proof of qualification, this is the deal, to your closest upline jewel. And that is how you get put in the group. Say, look, but here it is. This is the person I sponsored. Show a screen capture of.
Your bonus people have to send.
Yeah. And any of my bonus people, you send it to me, right? Everybody get this? All right. So I'm excited about this, you guys. Like, I get excited at Christmas time because I love Christmas time. My favorite part of Christmas time is I love to give away presents. Last year we gave away. Do you remember all the stuff we gave away? We gave away tons of. Jetty says he doesn't remember. I do. I know we gave it away an Alexa, an Amazon Echo Dot. I know we gave away. You do?
I remember giving it away, but I don't remember how we.
He don't remember how we did it. I remember how we did it. Imagine why I remember, because I love this.
Did I dress as Dirty Santa?
No, he doesn't remember. Oh my gosh. He's asking me questions back there, and I'm like, no, none of that. None of that's right. And some of the other jewels gave away like perfume and makeup and like Bath and Body Works for some of them. And some of them were like, I know somebody gave away like oils. I can't remember. There was several people gave away electronics. Several people gave away like, by the way, there will be guy gifts. In case you guys are going, I'm so excited. I can't wait to win some perfume. There were guy gifts, and there were great ones. Jetty does not let me slide by on giving away only perfume and jewelry ever. He's like, well, who's going to give away a pocket knife? Every time it's always, well, how are we going to give away a power tool, right? So don't worry. He said that he doesn't sound like that.
Your imitation.
Mm-hmm. I did the eyebrows perfectly earlier, only mine are not nearly as big or dark as yours. So, okay. So I hope you guys are excited about that as excited as I am. I'm going to see what I do have some graphics that I stole from we have a Jules Box page where we share resources and stuff. Somebody made, well, first of all, Bree, which is one of ours, Brianna Coolidge, she made some great how to join graphics that match our new back office. Now, if you got on here and you thought you were going to hear me talk about the back office tonight, you got the wrong girl. I don't care. When that thing starts working, I'm going to be like, yeah, it's working right. And until then, I'm going to be like, I don't know. Are you really signing somebody up or are you just complaining? Because if you're just complaining, I'm going to say, you need to take that somewhere else because I don't know. I didn't look at it yet. I won't look at it until it's time. When it's time, I'll know because I'll need to sign somebody up. Somebody told me just a moment before we got on this call, they said, somebody just signed up and they said it took 2 minutes. I said, what? They just must not have had to hunt for their credit card if it only took them 2 minutes. That's amazing. That the timing, the fact that it's just like boom, boom, boom now and everything is so streamlined. If the kinks are bothering you, I say take a walk because the kinks will be gone soon. This is in-house, baby. Our people can fix what's wrong with this back office. And we've got good people. Have you taken a look at Mike Green? His muscles alone tell me that this back office will be smooth. Just give it a little time. Okay, listen to this. We were in Maui and Trip, my son, saw me talking to Mike Green when we were checking in at the hotel. Mike Green doesn't know me, but I recognize him. I'm like, oh, it's Mike Green. So I'm talking to him. So Trip takes mental note. He's like, okay, mom knows that dude. Later, my son sees him at the gym. And he comes back and he's like, Mom, that dude we saw at check-in? I was like, yeah. And he goes, he was grunting and slamming weights like nobody I've ever seen. Are those the 2 words he said? By slamming weights, this is what I picture, just because I know my son. It was like lifting it up and then throwing it on the ground, right? So anyway, okay, is my internet connection unstable again? It's acting like it is. Y'all are amused tonight. I'm glad y'all are easily amused tonight. So anyway, I'm not worried about Mike Green. He's got this thing under control, and it will be all good. We just got to give it some time. And I'm actually really excited because anybody who tells me it takes 2 minutes to sign somebody up, I'm like, yes.
Use Google Chrome or Safari.
Okay.
Logging in.
People are, okay, Jetty, where are you hearing this?
Huh?
Where are you? Okay. Jetty says use Google Chrome or Safari for signing in right now or forever. He just said in a crocodile voice, forever. I don't know if he's right about that. I'm going to say Google Chrome.
Internet Explorer right
Oh, we're not supporting Internet Explorer right now. He said, okay. Angela Tarrant, what do you mean? I like that she has Angela as her name. Okay.
And if you have a problem, do the user voice.
Oh, somebody wants to know my lip color. That's a good question. I don't know. I'll have to go look. I have multiple colors in my bag, but I know what I put on tonight. I'll have to look. Okay. The graphics that I'm going to share from Bree. Bree has a great joining and how to upgrade graphic that looks like all of our stuff now, and it's streamlined with our new back office. I'm super happy about that. That's how I got onto the back office, was talking about that graphic, because I said I wasn't going to talk about it. And because I don't care, right? I'm too free spirit to, I'm like, don't bog me down with that. Second thing was I have a couple other graphics that are pretty cool about how to use the triplex that look like our stuff. And I ripped those off of somebody that offered them up in our Jules box. I'll give appropriate credit when I post them if I'm supposed to. I can't remember. but they are great. The graphics are perfect to send to people when they first start on the triplex, and they have a couple of other combos that they've made up names for, but I thought they were beautiful graphics. I'll share those in all my appropriate places. If I don't, I have people that will remind me, and I need that sometimes. Okay. I highly encourage you now for the first time, since we do have a corporately run, back office, and I feel like the streamline is about to set in. All the streamline will about, and also the artwork is going to be pretty consistent now. This will be the first time you've ever heard me say, start saving these things and maybe printing them out and make a notebook. You don't want a bunch of red and gray, that the Plexus X looks funny, different than what we have now, because our graphics all look different now. But now I feel with my heart of hearts that things will start to, like all of our bottles that our pills come in, everything is going to start looking like uniform. And I like that. It wasn't a huge priority for me like it was for some, but I do really like it now that our graphics are all watercolor, and splashes of color, and the colors are joyful colors. And I like that I'm an artist, so this stuff appeals to me. I like that our font on our words don't look so varsity or so, whatever. They look more fluid and free and happy and healthy. Right. Exactly. So I like that our corporate team, they're all joining hands on a unified vision for where the company's going. And I feel like they're unified with us as out in the field with like, I remember walking into, it must've been in Vegas this year, and just seeing all that color. I think, was that the first time we saw the windows splashed with like everything from fuchsia to lime green, yellow and purple and turquoise. And it was just beautiful color. And, to me, I was like, oh my God, this is so watercolored beautiful. And I'm so glad. And it's beautiful, but it's not like a turn off to men. It's just nice. I like the bottles, the way they look. Everything is going to be great now. So I would encourage you, starting with these graphics that I'm going to share with you guys tonight, that talk about how to take the triplex, how to sign up an ambassador, that you start making yourself a notebook. In 6 years, I've never had a really nice notebook full of good stuff. I would also encourage you, if you have an iPhone, I don't know how it works on other phones, but I'm sure there is a similar option. If you will go to the notes portion in your iPhone, and if you hold your thumb down, you can pick insert photo. So if you go, like you take these and you screen capture them, or you save them on your camera roll in your phone, you can make a resources note in your notes portion of your phone. So I'm going to show you. I know most of you know what I'm talking about, but so if you're going into your notes like this, and then there where the cursor is, I can touch, and that little bubble comes up, and it says, oh, and then I can choose insert photo. Well, I didn't, because I'm not looking at it. Insert photo, and it's going to pull up my camera or my photo albums, and I can choose, and I can actually put in there, and I can type in join graphic, and then underneath it insert another photo and type in upgrade graphic, and all in one note have all these graphics, so that it's easy for me when I need to find that stuff. The other thing you may not know, I don't know what people know and what they don't anymore, but okay, so this is the notes portion of my phone. I can literally take my finger. Hang on, let me open it back again so you can see what I'm talking about. So if it says like this, it looks like this, I can pull down right here, and there's a search bar. Do you see that come out of nowhere? Search bar. And by using that, I can type in the word join or resources or whatever you label that page. And that way, no matter how many notes or grocery lists or whatever I put in my phone, I can always easily go back and find my resource page and pull up those graphics for, okay, other people are saying I use Google Keep. There's also Evernote. Evernote is an app you can download. Somebody said they have an Android. I bet you can probably download an app that will let you do the same thing. It's just a matter of finding it. Hang on. Now that I got, hang on a minute here. Christmas. Now I'm having to search to find my note for today. Okay. There it is. All right. I'm going to make sure. Some of you who are in our accountability group, that group is going to keep going. I was kind of on the fence about it today, trying to make my mind up what direction we were going to take next, because as happens with all accountability groups, it starts off strong and then you start feeling like, am I pedaling by myself? And basically some people go into overwhelm mode. What I really want to bring to your attention about this is don't lose sight of the big goal. Whatever it is that made you ever start to want to dream big with Plexus, bring that back into focus for yourself. And don't let excuses, please don't let excuses get in your way. Like, life can get in the way and all kinds of other things can get in the way, but don't let it be something that's something you have let. We know what we do to ourselves, basically. We justify a reason to not finish hard or to give up halfway, or, oh my gosh, I couldn't keep up in that group because of whatever. And the truth is, you can eliminate most of those things. If you're trying to keep up in two groups, eliminate one or the other. Or if you can't keep up because you couldn't find something in there, and then after that you got all scattered, that's just something in your mind. You just have to eliminate for your own good. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me in the long run, except for you. So do your best to figure out, okay, tonight I'm going to make a choice to recommit that I'm going to reach the goal that I set in the first place. It's that simple. You can choose to do that. I also have a fast track to Emerald graphic that I really loved that I will share in my groups. I'm not going to put it in I'm going to put the ones that show how to join and how to take the triplex. I'm going to put those in the new group that I created so that people who get put in there, I'm going to put it all in one post for resources, okay? But the one to fast track to Emerald, obviously, that'll just go in my other pages because it's not for prospects. I feel like I'm coming to a close here. I'm going to close this out with some prayer. I hardly ever play something up really big. You won't hear me saying, oh my God, I'm so excited about this, and oh my God, I'm so excited about that. Like, I hardly ever get visually, verbally excited about something, but something about what Heather Grenier texted me earlier set my heart ablaze about November being ripe with miracles. I should say filled with miracles. She said ripe with miracles. Just phew. And the other thing I'm excited about is the Christmas party. I'm excited about it, and I want you guys to be excited about it too. I don't want anybody to miss out on it. I don't want anybody to be like, oh, poo, I missed out on that pizza party, right? It's basically the goal to get into this party is the goal of your business anyway, which is to be bringing new blood into your business. So I'm hoping that gives you, I guess what I'm saying is I'm not going to cheer something on and say it's so exciting if we're not going to make it extraordinarily exciting. Like, if you're a person who suffers from FOMO, fear of missing out, I hope you have the worst case of it right now that you have ever had in your life. Like, I am not going to miss that Christmas party because Lori talked about how awesome she's going to make it. Because I'm going to tell you what I did like 3 or 4 days ago. I went through my prize closet because I got Christmas coming up and it was a mess. And as I was going through it, I thought, oh my word, I can't believe how much stuff I have. And that's part of where this idea was birthed. I can't believe how much goodies that I have to give away. And also, I haven't even bought my favorite things, like the things that I'm going to give away. And I know these other jewels because they spoiled the snot out of some of us last year. So I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited about it too. And now I'm really going to pray. I'm going to find my music first. Eek. I'm going to change. I'm going to try different music tonight. Same. This one. I'm going to try this one. It's interesting how Plexus, if you've ever had a child come over that was so much part of your family that you think, I can't believe I didn't give birth to that child. That one's one of mine. Plexus has done that to me with some of you guys. Like, we have some people that get on here that are not necessarily, you weren't born to me, but still. I was thinking about that earlier today. That's pretty cool. I don't expect people to be like-minded, as in you don't have to agree with everything I say, or we don't have to agree on a multitude of anything, but there's some there's some coolness in people all driven for the same end result. And I love that about Plexus people in general. When I go to these big events and we do like a prayer circle, or call it a different thing. I guess we call it a prayer circle at most of the things, but I love that because there's something about all coming together in the spirit. And I'm just asking you guys tonight, before I even start praying, just all coming together in the spirit. If you guys would join with me in your heart, like whatever this music is I just turned on, this is a different one than I usually use, but did you guys ever see, I think I've brought this up on one other Zoom, but there's a cartoon from probably the 80s. It's like the Care Bears maybe, or there's another one too. And they both do this thing where beams shoot out of their heart. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like the Care Bear stare or something, I don't know. And then there's another one, I think maybe there's a Get Along Gang, or maybe it's a Shirt Tails, I don't know. But this like, whatever this is. And I love visualizations. I was a photographer for a lot of years, and I would create something in my mind before the person would even show up. And then I could say, no, you stand here, and then I'm going to make this the background, and then this is going to look like this. And the art that came out of it blew people's mind. It blew my own mind. So there's something about visualization and about your imagination. You have power in your imagination. You can create something that wasn't there before the person showed up. I'm just going to tell you, I'm giving you a real life example of what I feel like, how the spirit realm mirrors possibilities. I think our imagination is given to us as an incubator. God plants seeds in us all the time, but some of the seeds are planted before we're even born. They're so powerful. And also, next week, I'm going to be gone. I'm going to tell you this. Next week, I'm going to be gone on Wednesday night. We won't have a Zoom call. And it's because I'm going to, I don't even know what to call this thing that I'm going to. Supernatural Healer. It's as I was explaining it to my mom today, I realized that I hadn't explained it well. She said, so when is your class over? And I said, Mom, this is not a class. This is a one-to-one thing for 2 days. Me and this lady. Yeah, I saw some of you go, oh. 2 days that I'm going to learn from this lady, and it's the way it was all set out. It's a complete God thing. The reason I decided to go to her is a complete God thing. And I didn't even know if she had a social media presence or anything. And today I decided I'm going to see if she is on social media, because she seems like, it's one of those people that's like not even on social media, like, I don't know. And I found some stuff of hers, and her logo is a butterfly, and I didn't even know that. Like, so interesting to me. And I told her, I said, I want to do this thing that you do. I want it with me. Like, let's say if she's going to pray over me, I want you to pray over me, but I want to learn what you do, and I want to come back and be able to do what you do. Because I had a friend who was supernaturally, extraordinarily healed in one session with this lady, right? She's an incredible, incredible gift. And I'm like, I want it done, and then I want to be able to come home and do it. Is that something you offer? And she's like, well, I'm going to need you for 2 days. I was like, well, I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there for 2 days. And I'm excited. I watched this video last night that she said if we were going to get it done in 2 days, I had to come already kind of preliminarily prepared, whatever, right? So I watched a video last night. I want to kind of throw something at you guys in regards to, I'm not going to go into this very deep because I want to really learn it and then teach it. But I want you guys to think about, especially if you're in need of some sort of either emotional or physical healing, okay? I want you to think back, if there's something from as far back as you can go. In fact, close your eyes with me. And I'm just going to ask God, Holy Spirit, to whisper in your ear supernaturally. Just something that happened in your life that made you believe something that was not true about God and who He is. Some event that came along and happened to you. And I'm just going to ask Him to give you an image. And it's usually the first thing that comes to your mind. I just want to speak to that tonight. We're not going to go any further into this. There's a lot to this, but I just want to speak now that, Jesus, I ask that you would reveal what actually is truth in that situation. For example, in case you're like, I don't know. If there was something that made you feel abandoned or like you didn't matter, or that someone else was more important than you, any way in which that your identity was challenged. First of all, I just break that off of you right now in the name of Jesus. And I ask that over the next few weeks that God begin to reveal to you His truth. That He would whisper to you and say, you do matter. You have always mattered. I was there when that happened. I saw it. It horrified me. Can't you just imagine? This is something I thought about last night. Can't you just imagine, like if something terrible happened when you were a kid, can't you just imagine Jesus watching a situation like that and being so brokenhearted? I mean, it brought me to tears last night when I was thinking about it. How mortified Jesus would be watching something. Not surprised. He's fully aware that there's evil in the world. But just shaking his head knowing that was not supposed to happen. And I'm just going to ask that over the next several days and over the next few weeks that God begin to reveal His truth to you about that you were not abandoned. Whatever lie it is, that He would begin to unravel that for you. And that He would begin to give you proof otherwise. That He would show you, look, I sent so-and-so across your path to bolster up your faith again. I sent messengers your way. I've comforted you in your sleep. I've taken care of you when you were scared. And I'm just praying supernatural breaking off tonight. Any pain caused by any untruth, a lie that you have believed. Maybe it's a lie that you've believed about God or about yourself, your own worth. God, I thank you that you are so faithful in these situations. You're always faithful, but it's like these situations, we can get this cosmic picture of who God is. And then sometimes because of our own need, we just need the Lord to be. We need the Lord to be. There's a song, I may have the artist wrong because it's been a long time since I've heard it, but I think it's Nicole Nordeman, however you say her name. I don't know if that's right or not, but it's called Small Enough. And this song just speaks to me so much because it's like I need God to be a miracle worker. I need God to be extraordinary and cosmic power. But sometimes what you need is God to be so intimate and small, and it's hard to picture that the two are the same thing. That he could speak to you on such an intimate level. I mean, we're wired that way. You know that, right? Like, we're wired to hear from him. And I break off anything right now. I command anything that's on you or that tries to oppress you or keep you from hearing. I break that off of your ears. That anything that keeps you from being able to see clearly and to understand what the Lord is doing in your life, I break that off. I command it gone in the name of Jesus. And that as he speaks, it's like honey, like you can just hear it so sweet that you feel that super connectedness. And anything that's trying to stop that, I command it to go in the name of Jesus. God, we ask you in your great, vast, miraculous power that you be small enough for us tonight, that you would just sit on our shoulder, that you would be with us. I know you're not small, Lord, but that your spirit would be so intimate with us that we could hear from you when we ask, when we speak, when we say, God, I need you, that it's like, I'm here, I hear you, I know you, I created you, I know everything about you. Before you even spoke, I knew you were gonna speak. And I have a huge expectation over the next few weeks. Like, my heart is just pumping with expectation that we're going to see miracles when Heather doesn't even know. She doesn't even know. I don't think she knows that I'm even going to this thing. And so what I'm saying, even on my own personal end of things, she doesn't even know how much that was speaking to me on a personal level for what I feel that's going to happen and unfold in November. Ripe with miracles. God, thank you for your power. Thank you that your power is so strong inside me. I can feel it swelling up like my heart beats with your power. My heart beats one with yours, Lord. That I have magnificent power in my hands. I can lay hands on people with expectation that they will be healed. God, that you heal their heart. That you heal my heart. Any broken fragments from old storylines. Lord, that you would come in and repair, and that you would change the storyline in our minds so that we know that we are victorious, that we are not victims, that we are overcomers, and that our story is just now starting. Like, the victory part of my story starts right now. And that you're the author. And that I don't have to walk around with shame. I don't have to walk around with worry. That I can rest in knowing who you are. and that you created me. And I pray tonight that as you sleep, that you have dreams, that you would ask the Lord. I mean, there's power in this, but here's the thing. Ask the Lord, Lord, give me dreams. Give me prophetic dreams. Give me Lord, I ask for some blueprint. Show me. Lord, I come to you with expectation. As I walk and talk throughout the day, the things that I do, my daily actions, Lord, that you reveal yourself to me and that you are literally what comes out of my mouth. You are literally what comes out of my emotions. I'm so filled up with the Holy Spirit that when I encounter people that I think, goodness gracious, that literally that your heart for who they are beats so in tune with mine that all I feel is the way you feel about them as a son or daughter. I mean, that's what changes the world, is when we all see each other, no matter what religion, no matter what orientation, no matter what race, no matter what nationality, no matter any of that, that we all see each other as we're all brothers and sisters to each other and all brothers and sisters to Jesus. And that we can see each other that way. I mean, so many things would be solved in this world and that's what I pray for each one of you and for myself. My heart beats in tune with Jesus. And that the things that I see on other people, that I can see them through the loving eyes of a father, the loving eyes of a brother, a kindred spirit, someone who is going through a journey, someone who's gone through, who knows what they've gone through in their life that's made them the way that they are, love it or hate it, in your natural, but that your spirit connects with that person. That your spirit can see that person's spirit and that it's all just a journey. God, I thank you for miracles ahead of time. I thank you that my sweet Judah is healed in the holy name of Jesus. I lift all this up and seal it, blood of Christ. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Somebody said, how did I find her? Many of you know. Am I back?
Yep.
Okay, I don't know where I went. I think I'm probably not recording anymore. Oh, no, I am recording. I don't know how that happened. Okay. I don't know if you guys can feel the spirit, but wow. I think my chat went away. Let me see if it did. Yeah. That stinks. Okay, I know one of the questions I was answering was how I came across this woman. So the lady that I encountered last year in Kona, that many of you know, that I had this healing, miraculous experience with this woman. She's a Plexus ambassador. She told me 2 years before that God had told her that I was going to heal her. And she was like a Ruby ambassador at that time, and she reached out to me on Facebook. And anyway, I won't tell the whole story. I'll just tell that she told me that 2 years before Kona last year, so 3 years ago. And then the story that began to unfold was like every 2 months she had these health problems, and she'd reach out to me and say, has the Lord shown you anything? And I was like, no. I mean, no. And so I'd be like, I'd try to come up with the most recent Plexus answer I could give her. And every time I was like, I don't feel like this is what she's looking for. Anyway, she was a jewel. She is a jewel. She was a jewel by the time we went to Hawaii last year. And I had one of these moments where I woke up one morning and I told Jetty, I said, I'm going to have an encounter with her today. And I felt it. Like, she had been very sick. She was talking about it on Facebook. She was there. Plexus Corporate had sent a doctor up to her room to give her IV fluids. I mean, she was extraordinarily sick even while we were there. And I was like, I'm going to have an encounter with her today. I know I am. And I was like, I want it to be, this is so stupid of me, but I want it to be within my control. Like, I want this to happen not in a really public place and I was like, I didn't know how it was going to shake down because the Lord does some crazy things sometimes. And so I was like, get me off of this resort today. This is our free day, and I'll come back and we'll do whatever it is tonight. He's like, I'm down with that. So we get off the resort. This is not a proud moment, but this is just the truth. We go into this like canyon on this island where you have to take a Jeep to get down there, where it's this beautiful beach where the sand is black. There's horses that come up to you and let you pet them. And I'm like, this is amazing. You know, we're down there. And I was like, when we get back to the resort, I wasn't even thinking about her anymore. This was off my mind. Well, and I knew she wasn't going to be there. She had IV fluids the night before. Like, she wasn't going to leave the resort. And we're about to leave, and I look up, and there she is. Like, where you had to have a Jeep to get to the whole thing. There she stands, and I'm like, oh my gosh. Anyway, she makes a beeline for me. She's like, God told me to come find you today. So we have this encounter, and I was like, I didn't know what was going to happen. I just knew something was going to happen. And I was like, Lord, I don't know. And the whole time I talked to her before I prayed for her, I still had no idea what was going to happen. The minute I put my hand on her, 2 words came to my mind, and they were the words cellular trauma. Didn't know anything about those words, but I told her, I said, I got these words in my head, but cellular trauma. And her friend was standing there with her. She almost fell over. She's like, oh my God, that's what I have wrong with me. All this time I thought I had, I think it's dysautonomia, something or the other. She said, the doctors have been telling me I have whatever this dysautonomia, something. And she said, but the doctor last night, this doctor in Hawaii that they sent to her room, he told me I had cellular trauma. And I was like, really? And she's like, yes. And I said, well, what is it? She said, he didn't know. I was like, he didn't know, but he told you had it. And she's like, yeah, he's kind of like spiritual, same way you knew. Like, we were getting it from the same source. And I'm like, oh, anyway, long story short, those 2 words somehow led her to this woman, this healer, that she went to see. She got this extraordinary healing from this disease she'd had for 20-something years. I hope I'm glorifying this story the way it's supposed to be, all the truth. If there are parts that I'm if it's not 20 years, that's how I believe that's true. But regardless, she's been healed for she went 2 or 3 months ago, maybe. And when she came back and she told it to me, I was like, I can't believe this. And she told me a little bit about the lady, and I'm like, I got to meet this woman, right? So I am. So I'm going to meet her next. Part of my Plexus freedom is that, like, when I think about my why has changed so much. My why used to be in regards to, I don't know, a swimming pool. But now my why is like global, because I'm like, ooh, I want to be able to do what that lady does. Like, you know what I'm saying? My heart, when I say I want my heart to beat in time with Jesus, I'm not joking. Not at all. God knows I'm not joking. I want to set the captives free, like literally while they stand in front of me. I got the heart of Jesus inside me. Why can't I? Why can't I lay hands on people and watch the sick be healed? And why can't I? Why can't any of us? I believe that the only reason we don't is because there's a lie inside our heads. There's something that causes us to believe that it's not true. Like, I mean, limiting belief. Logic tells you that miracles can't happen, but I've seen too many of them now. Logic's never going to keep me down now. I have witnessed them happen. I did see something here that somebody sent me, a private message I'm going to look at and see if it's something I need to, because I did miss some of those real quick. Somebody was saying they've never struggled to believe that God or Jesus loves them. It's humans that have sometimes broken them, but never him. She's like, am I blind? I've never understood why people would get mad at God or lose faith in him when things don't go well. I guess I don't understand that because I've never felt abandoned by him, nor have I ever lost faith in him. That's really good that that's true. I would say that many people who are broken get confused, though, about the sovereignty of his goodness. You know, like, if he's so good, then how did somebody walk in that church in Texas? You understand what I'm saying? I mean, there's confusion there. Right? So if you'd have been in that situation, it's hard to resolve that for a lot of people. I'm super glad that you have not struggled with that. Okay, hang on a second. Okay, someone else said, this is private. I'm not going to reveal anything that you guys have said privately who you are, and I won't reveal anything personal to you, but she said, your guidance and an introduction about cellular trauma have been life-changing. I've just started with a new counselor who specializes in trauma. She'll also be working with me on brain-body connection to help with trauma work and my chronic pain. I look forward to any new information you share about your special gifts in this healer going to see. Me too. I'm super excited about this. The fact that the word cellular trauma led her to this lady, and I've experienced I have witnessed healings now since I've learned how to pray over trauma, and I feel like I'm going to learn a lot more, because something to do with the way the lady described it in the video is she's like, if there's a lie that you believe, it's like we're full of like extraordinary healing power. But if that power is bumping up against a lie, you guys who've taken my class, you know that I describe this as the same belief that I have. She just describes it different than me. The same belief as the anointing pouring out under the umbrella. But anytime we walk in negative emotion, doubt, fear, guilt, shame, unforgiveness, comparison, even gossipy, smirky sarcasm, any of that, it causes us to pop the umbrella the wrong way. And all that, it's there. It's still there. But we're not standing in the flow of it because we're like this, because we're walking in some sort of bondage or fear. And so if you can release those things, and that's a God journey, learning how to release those things, but releasing those things and turning those things over to God, to allow him to unfold that story. That's the picture of what it looks like to be walking in the blessing flow. That's what's the picture. To me, it's what the picture looks like. The Superman power quits bumping up against a lie. You see what I'm saying? So if I get proven wrong on that one of these days, I'll be the first to tell you. But so far, all I've seen is truth come out of that. When I started believing that, started teaching that to people, I've had story after story after story of victory come from that. Yeah, somebody sent me the link to the Nicole Nordeman song. It's called Small Enough. That song will bring you to your knees. It's like this cosmic sounding, if I'm remembering it right. It's literally been years since I've heard it, but I think there's even like a choir singing, and there's like this tranquil vocals. I don't know. It's beautiful. When we pray and nothing changes, many times as believers, we use the outcome as an occasion to alter our theology to match our experience. Yes. Somebody said, Marianne said, I believe that people that have been churched all their life have a difficult time believing that they can receive a healing miracle. When you don't see it happening in the church, that can be a problem. I mean, I'm saying that can be an outcome when you don't see church people being healed. I mean, it can't help but to jack with your mind. I won't go into that. I could do a lesson on that, but that's true. That's why it's hard for me to go to a church where they're not operating in healing. Because once you know it is real and is true, and there's a church that's not operating in it, it's like, why not? Okay. I gotta close this thing out. Thank you so much. Don't forget all the good stuff. Oh, the gut health group starts the 13th. It's already set up. The link, I'll provide the link to that. I'll provide the link to our new testimony group, and I will provide, we're rounding out our 7-day trial group. I had a testimony for today for the 7-day trial group. I don't know if what's happened on that for sure. I haven't heard back from her for the cleanse testimony. If that doesn't happen today, because I didn't hear back from her today. If that doesn't happen today the way I'm hoping that it will, I may have to find someone else. I'm wanting someone who has an incredible testimony that's specifically cleanse testimony. Hers is so powerful. That's why I was holding out for her. So if anybody knows of someone that you're like, ooh, I know someone who has a great testimony and they can give it in a short amount of time, that would be great. If they need to do it tomorrow, that's fine. Those two groups, and I'll share the graphics, and I think that's everything. So I'm going to make sure we stop recording.